Hey guys, this is another video from Railroad Sniper on tools. Might be curious about the different setting. I'm at college now, you know. Murray State. Anyway, today's video is on the iFixit Manta, I believe it is. I'm gonna look that up just to make sure I'm telling you 100%. Yeah, that's what this one is. Okay. As you can see, it comes in that nice plastic case. The lid is magnetically attached. Got 4 little magnets on each corner. And you can also kind of use these little divots in the tray as screw storage, you know, part storage when you take stuff out of electronics. You set them in the little divots. Keep track of them, make sure you don't lose them. And the case itself houses this nice foam that holds all the tools in their place. Now this is like, you know, it's quite different compared to you know, the tech tin you saw in the previous video. That one's just a plastic blow mold. Bits are held in there like decently well. Or it's also quite different to the Cobalt, which just has the bits stuck into little plastic holders, and as well as the Pittsburgh, which just had a little loop of elastic around them, you know. So as far as the drivers go, this Manta comes with a tiny little 4mm bit driver. It's got a magnet in there to hold the bit, and it's got this nice probably like a ball bearing or something, you know, on the tip. If you hold it like that, it spins really well, really freely, and when you're really pressing down on it, you can put a lot of force on it without it binding up. I like that a lot. It also comes with a bigger 1/4-inch driver. It's, you know, it's fairly similar to the 4mm, just scaled up. Still got that nice ball bearing. Still got that nice magnet in there. Just hold the bits. And they actually hold them quite well. Like, see if I can show you. You hear that nice snap. It holds it. It's not going to shake out, you know. This is all I want. It's not going to come out. It's pretty high quality. Now, I'll show you that on the 4mm. I probably should have showed you that first, but similar, you know. See, it's in there pretty good. That's not going to shake out either. Now we can go through some of the accessories. So start going right to left on the toolkit. So it's got this little 1/4-inch drive to 1/4-inch hex adapter. Now this adapter actually has a little piece of U-shaped, like maybe like a spring or metal down there. You might be able to see the line. That's part of it, and it goes in that groove. Now this is not magnetized, but when you stick it in there, let's see, it snaps, and that holds it really well. It's not going anywhere either. And one thing I didn't know about really before I'd gotten the tech tin or this kit, they have these wing nut drivers, or not wing nut, eye hook drivers. I'm not sure, you might build these out on a wing nut, but we used it on eye hooks. And me and my dad were installing some hooks underneath the cabinets in our kitchen, and these worked really well for that. They come in really handy. We've also got a set of sockets. They range from like 5.5mm to 2.5mm in this kit. So basic look at the 5.5mm. Seems built pretty well. That one goes in the, all these sockets go in the 4mm driver. Here's another one. Here's the smallest one. This is the 2.5. See if I can focus on that. Doesn't really, it's too small, I think, but there's the sockets, and it also, for the 4mm driver, there's this magnetic pickup tool. I haven't used it, but it's got this magnet right on the tip. You know, just slot in there. See if I can pick up mine. See. Let me see if I can grab this better. Here's my knife. And you know, this is all I think it's all, I think the what do you call them? I forget what you call them. The outer bits are aluminum, I believe, but the rest of it's stainless steel. In fact, the whole thing might be stainless steel for all I know, but it holds that pretty well. I think that's pretty impressive. And for the 1/4 inch driver, you also get a 3/8 socket adapter and a 1/4 inch socket adapter. You can test out the 1/4 inch on this little 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch hex adapter. Got a pretty strong detent, you know. That's not going to be going anywhere either. And that big driver allows you to get quite a bit of torque, you know, relatively to other screwdrivers that I've used. And then just like this little 1/4 inch drive to 1/4 inch hex adapter, there's also a 1/4 inch hex adapter to a 4mm hex adapter. It's got the same little metal locking thing in there. Let's see if I can grab one. So you just stick it in there. It takes a decent amount of force on this one. It's in there, it's not coming out. And then you just take it out, you know. Holds it really well. Now, you've also got a set of triple square bits. I believe that's what they're called. They're like, I'm not sure how many points they have. I think they're, let's see if I can count them. Might be 12 point, I believe. Yeah, that makes sense because, you know, 3 times 4. They seem really nicely finished. I haven't had a chance to use these either, but I have a feeling, dang, that really doesn't want to focus, does it? Anyway, they seem really well made. I haven't had to use them yet. They come with a 5, and let's see what this is, a 6, and an 8. So 8. That focused pretty well. That's a good distance right there. I'll keep that in mind. It also comes with some 3 clutch bits. You've got the 1, 2, and the 3. So these are for driving. You might see them on, like, if there's a security fastener. Usually you can drive the clutch fastener with a flathead, but you can't undo it with a flathead. I believe you'd need this type of bit to actually undo it. I've seen them on like bathroom stalls, like the elevators, stuff like that they don't want students tampering with here at college. And also at some museums, I've seen them. That was the number 2. Here's the number 3. These are all made out of S2 steel, which is a pretty high quality steel. I've also got this little valve tool for a Schrader valve. It allows you to take the valve core out with just your regular screwdriver. You do that on your car or your bicycle. If you need to replace it, that comes in handy. It's a lot better built than the little bike tool I've got it from Walmart, you know. Here's another little tool you might use every once in a while. A sim eject tool. You stick that in your, you know, sim pin hole. Ejects it pretty easily. I'd show you, but I don't have a phone here to try it on other than the phone I'm recording with, which that wouldn't work out very well, would it? It's also this iPhone standoff tool. I haven't had to use this because I don't do a ton of phone repair. I've replaced a few screens and like stuff like that, but that's about it. But you can see the little pin in the center, a little cross that goes on the 4mm driver. They've also got a few I think they're called game drive or game bits. They're for like Nintendo consoles. They've got the 3.8 one right here. Let's see if I can. Yeah, there we go. I think I just have to put it over my face because it wants to focus on my face. But I don't have many Nintendo consoles anymore. I have a Wii, and I used to have a DSi and a DS Lite, but the DS Lite cracked in half because I was not good to it, honestly. And the DSi, the screen stopped working. It was really weird. This is the 4.5 driver right there. They both go on the little 4mm hex driver. And you've also got some of these, it's kind of like an offset Phillips. I'm not sure how else to describe it. I don't know the name. But they got 6 through 10. You can see what I'm talking about. Let me see if I grab a regular Phillips real quick and show you the difference. See, the Phillips is on the right, and the offset Phillips is on the left. Maybe drop that down in the comments if you actually know the name of that, and maybe where you've seen it too. Because I've never had to use that before. You know, here's an 8, the 8, number 8 of that, and they also cap it off with the number 10. All those go into the 1/4 inch. There we go. Next up is the tri-wing bits. I had to use these on the Wii. Not these ones exactly. I left my screwdrivers at college, so I had to use my dad's, but they worked pretty well. He had an older iFixit that I used. One of the Protect toolkits. These come in really handy though. They got size 1 through 4. I'll just skip right to the 4. They all look the same, just incrementally bigger. All the same high quality. See if I can hide my face behind my hand. There we go. Okay. You can see the 3 wings. Let me see if I can show you that better. Yeah, there you go. There you can see it. They've also got the triangle bits. You might have seen these on like Happy Meal toys or something like that. I know I've seen them before. I've seen them on those before. They've got a size. Let's see. They got size 2 through 3. These are also basically the same. They all fit in the little 4mm driver. So you can see the triangle on the tip if it'll focus. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's got a little triangle on the tip. I'll show you the biggest one. That was the smallest 2mm, or number 2 rather. Not sure what that corresponds to. Pretty well made. Next up, they've got the security hex bits. They've got sizes. This is the SAE. They've got sizes 1/6, or no, that's 1/8. The foam is sometimes it's hard to read. They got 1/8 through 1/4 inch, and you can see their security bits because they've got the little pin drilled out in the middle. Yeah, there we go. So if you ever see a hex bit or hex screw with a pin in the middle, you can't take that out with a regular hex screw. You need one of these security bits. They come in pretty handy. I've seen them. I've also seen those out and about. You know, that was the 1/8 of an inch one. Here's the 1/4. These all go into the 1/4 inch screwdriver. Now next up, I've never seen this before. I've never had to use it either. I've read that this is used in like coffee machines, like Keurigs. It's an oval bit. You can see how the center of that, it's not round. Actually, the whole bit's not round. It's got an oval in the center. Apparently there's some screws in there that they don't want you taking out that use that bit, so that was pretty interesting, I thought. Next up, they've got some JIS bits. Now, if you don't know what a JIS is, it's pretty similar to Phillips, but it is different. Now, let me see if I can show you a comparison between Phillips and JIS. I've got the JIS on the right, and I've got the Phillips on the left. That's the Phillips. I don't know how well you'll be able to see the difference. And that's the JIS. So you can kind of see the way they make the cuts with the flutes are. They're a little different. Now, there's also some JIS bits I used on the Wii as well, and like if you try taking one of those out with a regular screwdriver, like a regular Phillips screwdriver, you're just gonna strip it out. Like it's extremely like necessary that you have the JIS bit, or else you're just gonna like ruin the screw. Now, usually if you have a JIS bit, it'll have a little dot in on the face of the screw, and that's how you identify it most of the time. The ones on the Wii didn't, but I think that's just an outlier. This is the smallest JIS, the 000, J000, and it goes all the way up to J1, which is the one I just showed you a little bit ago, I believe. So these are pretty nice. Now, next up, Posi drive. I think I showed you in the Tecton video, possibly, or the Pittsburgh video. But Posi drive, it's not like Phillips, you know. It's similar. It's another one of those where it's similar to Phillips. Now this one has a more obvious difference. Here's the PH3 on the left, the Phillips number 3 on the left, and the PZ3 on the right, or the Posi drive 3 on the right. You can see these little sharp bits going between the flutes, and that provides extra grip when you're using a Posi drive fastener. Technically, Phillips and Posi drive I think work in each other's screws, but not well. Like, you're really not supposed to. It'll just tear it up. Usually when you see a Posi drive screw, you can tell because it's got the Phillips and it's got some little crosses in between them as well. Now this set goes from PZ0 all the way to the PZ3 I just showed you. I'll show you it again, just make sure you see it good, so you can really see the difference. I think the tips are also a little smaller on the Phillips. They're more flat on the Posi drive. Now, they've got a few Torx bits. Now, the small ones are not security. I don't know if that's because they don't make security Torx that small or because they just didn't do it. But it goes from T2 all the way up to, let's see, T5 in the non-security, and it goes all the way from T6 to TR10. And the tamper resistant. And the TR is how you can tell it's tamper resistant. The regular Torx will just have a regular T. Look at that tiny T2. I don't think I've ever had a Torx that small before, and I hope I don't have to either. There's the T5. This is the biggest of the non-tamper proof. See, that's a little better. I have had to use something like that before. And here's the TR6, which TR, remember, that's tamper proof. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. So you can see the little pinhole. So if you ever see a Torx screw with a little pin sticking out, you're going to need one of these in order to remove it. And I'll skip all the way up to the TR10 rather. It's a lot more obvious on this one, the security pin drilled out of the bit, so you can take out those fasteners. Okay, next up, spanner bits. I've seen these around campus on elevators and bathroom stalls, all sorts of things. See, it's got two little prongs, and a fastener with for the spanner bit will it'll have two little pinholes, and then the bit, you know, meets up with those little pinholes, and then you can turn it. This is the number 4. They go all the way up to number 12 in this set. I'll show you the number 12. This is another one I've seen at like museums and stuff where they really don't want you messing with it. I've heard these can be kind of weak, so you have to be careful when you're using them. You don't break them. Okay. Let's see. Next up is the metric hex. They start at 0.7 millimeter, go all the way up to 6. Now this one also has a few non-tamper tamper-proof Torx bits. The non-tamper-proof Torx goes from 0.7 to 1.5. Show you the 0.7. That thing's minuscule, isn't it? Right there. And I'll show you the 1.5. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Okay, there we go. That's a little bigger. Now the tamper-proof starts at 2 millimeter. I think it's 2 millimeter. I'll just say number 2. You can see the little Let's see, you can see the little pin in the middle. It'll focus better. Yeah, there you go. And the tamper-proof goes all the way up to 6. It's a lot better there. You can really see the big hole in the center. Okay. Next up is the slotted or flathead. They have those from number 1 to number 8. I think that might be a millimeter as well. They don't have any SAE flathead bits in this kit, at least. This is the one. I'm assuming that's 1 millimeter. Let's see how tiny that is. You will see these on like electronics and stuff. And then that big 8. You might see this on like more heavy duty equipment, like hand tools or power tools, maybe vehicles or appliances, something like that. Maybe on your house, you know. These are really nice, heavy duty. Next up, they got pentalobe. We've got pentalobe 2 through 8. Now, use these on iPhones. I did have to use this when I helped my friend out with their phone screen. These are really nice. They come in really handy. And they're really properly made, you know. I've seen a video on Last Best Tool where this guy, he had a Klein electronics bit set, and the pentalobe on that one just, it wouldn't work. They would have had to send him a new one. You can see the little 5 points there. That's what the pentalobe naming came from, because it's got 5 points. Now next up is the Phillips. They go all the way from 000 to number 3. Now, the 000 through number 0 Phillips, those all go in the 4mm driver. And the I'll show you, the P1 through 3 go into the 1/4 inch driver, so you can see that. I'll show you the 0 as well, so you can get an idea. That's the biggest one that they have that goes into the 4mm screwdriver. And then we move up to the number 1. That's the first one that goes into the 1/4 inch screwdriver. And then all the way up to the 3, which I showed you earlier. That one right there. Now, next up, the Robertson bits. I have had to use these. I used them on some furniture. You can also use them on electrical stuff sometimes. It goes from number 0 to number 3. Let's see. I've never had to use the number 0, but the number 1 and 2, that's what you usually see on electrical, sometimes furniture. It's really nicely made. Now, I think I used the number 2 on the furniture. Let me look at these two. Yeah, you can see the marks on it. Now, I do have a little bit of concern. I was putting a lot of force on it, but I can't quite tell if it's deformed a little bit from just that or not. And finally, here's the number 3. So make sure the square drive doesn't slip out. I think that's really what damaged that bit a little bit for me, but it's still perfectly functional. Like, it still works fine. It's just a little dinged up. Okay, and finally, final set of bits are these Y bits. Now, I think these are also tri-lobe. Yeah, these also have 3 things, except, let's see if we can see it better on the Y one. Rather than having like them come to a point or them being like angled, like the tri-wings, these are more straight, kind of more like a Phillips style almost, you know. You can really see the 3 points there. These all go into the 4mm. And then when you're done, you just put it in its little magnetic case and you're good to go. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions or ideas for future review, just leave them down in the comments. See ya.